Hello, this is Mras, and guess what? It's 7:13 Mountain Time. Wow, I'm doing a Facebook Live at night. Isn't that strange? Well, I wanted to reach out to all of you because I thought about, you only have one time, one chance to make a good first impression. You all know that? Do you all accept that fact? But it really is. Once you think about it from your point of view, when you walk into a room, you kind of scan it really quickly and decide, I want to talk to that person, not that person, not that person. You did it in an instant. And your instincts are usually right. Hi. Hi, Linda. Oh my goodness, hello. Okay, everybody. But listen to this. You only have one chance to make a really good first impression. Now, how does one do that? When you watch someone walk into a room, everyone kind of watches them. What is that? Hi, Nathan. What is that? Why do people look at certain people when they walk into a room? Is it their voice? Probably not, because you probably can't hear them. Is it how they're using their hands, maybe, or the way they're walking? More than likely. It's the nonverbal skills that these people have that you want to have. And no matter what we do, we're all selling something. I know, don't say, oh, I don't sell, but really we all are. Either we're trying to convince our children that they need to eat the smushy peas, or we have to, convince somebody that I have a presentation here at work and, I really want you to listen to my idea and accept that, right? Or, oh, but Linda, checking them out, but what makes you want to check them out? That's the thing. Something about their body language is what draws your eyes to certain people. It's a skill that you can perfect. And as anyone who does any selling or speaking, you kind of have to learn how to do that whole body language thing. For some of you who are in Toastmasters, you understand that body language is a huge aspect of speaking. But those of you who are not in Toastmasters, which happens to be a speakers group and helps you learn how to speak, and it brings you from the ground up and moves you through of how to do every aspect of speaking, you have to learn to control your body language. I used to have I talked about, it's about 5 years, the numbers have changed. I used to call it 60-30-10. You have 3 seconds to make a great first impression. And nowadays, it's like 83 is body language. That's what people respond to immediately. 83% of your 100% is your body language. 12% is your tone, your intonation, the way your voice goes up and down, the musicality of your voice, how you control your voice. And only 5% of your total presence of 100 are the words that come out of your mouth. Think about that. Body language is huge. And why am I going off on that? Well, because a lot of people really put a lot of information into their talks or into their pitches or their, the elevator pitch that we need to say in businesses. When someone says, hi, what do you do? Well, I'm an accountant and I do this and this and this and this and this and I do this and I do bookkeeping, and people start glazing over. Because 83% of what they're looking for, you don't even have to say. It's how you stand. Very simple concept, but it's a very hard thing for people to grasp unless someone starts pointing it out to them. 83% is your body language of communication. That's why when someone walks into the room and their shoulders are back and their head is up and they're scanning the room, everyone's instinct says that person knows what they're doing. And they watch him. It's almost like, Bo Eason. I saw him talk once. He used to be a football player. Now he's a speaker on the circuit. And Bo Eason said, why do people watch them when they come in? It's because it's like a predator mode. If you're in a room and someone puts a lion in the middle of the room, what does everyone do? Everyone stares at the lion, right? They're like, wow, that is majestic and beautiful, and I'm terrified. But that's the kind of captivity a person who goes in front of other people needs to have. It's a really handy thing to have. Body language is it. You see, as humans, we are basically animals. We have that instinct to go to something or flee from it for our lives, right? And when you have this body language of authority and control, people do, what's that about? And they pay attention. And when you're trying to pitch an idea at work or standing in front of a networking group, trying to explain to them what you do and what you can do for them, if you're standing in an elevator and no one's talking and the boss walks in or this future boss comes in, you need to be able to hold your body right, control that anxiety of having to speak out loud in front of people, and be able to communicate with a controlled tone. Remember, tone is 12% of your communication. So raise of hands. How many can do that? Yes, exactly. Sometimes, maybe not. Or I've never paid attention to it at all. I didn't think that was a big deal. So remember, 83, the largest proportion of your 100% of communication is your body language. So how can you learn how to control that? And how can you learn that 12% of tone, how to use your intonation and your vocal variety? Well, if you're not in Toastmasters, and if you don't join Toastmasters, yeah, we've got to learn that. And those of us who know it, we still have to practice it. Right? Got to practice. Perfect practice makes perfect. Just practice doesn't always make perfect. Practice just gives you a lot of time doing something. But if you keep practicing well and tweaking and adjusting, you grow this ability to use your body naturally. So you don't say, I was walking down the street. Oh, I was scared. That's pantomime. You want to be able to talk naturally. If you're Italian out there, good on you, because talk with your hands. Filipinos do the same thing. We talk with our hands. So we were able to move our bodies in conjunction with our words and use intonation. And for those of you who are probably younger than 35 may not know Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but the teacher who says, Bueller, 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 that's what's so funny about it. No one hears him because he's talking in a monotone, he doesn't move, and no one cares. You don't want to be that teacher. You don't want to be that person. Linda, you are shy, but when you're passionate about something, you can talk, right? See, that's the other thing about body language and intonation and your words that you want to share. Be sure you're sharing something that you're passionate about, something you truly care about. And if someone comes up to you and says, what is that? And you start talking, suddenly that shyness, that I don't want anyone to see me, goes away because you really want to support what you care about. Now, see, that's a huge other portion about being able to speak and communicate and reach people when you need to reach people. So, what are you passionate about? Do you want to be able to communicate that passion? Do you want to communicate that idea, that goal, that future? Do you want to have a presentation at work that people listen to you and that the boss wants to do it? Do you have a network marketing business, or are you an entrepreneur and you want to be able to communicate very quickly, let's say 30 seconds, letting people know what you do, why you do it, and why you do it for them? Yes, exactly. Oh, thank you, George. So here's the thing. You've got to understand your body language. Now, what I'm talking about and what I'm getting around is I have a speaker's boot camp that I'm doing with my wonderful friend, Gary Barnes, on June 1st and June 2nd. We call it the Breakthrough Speakers Boot Camp. Yeah, George, body language is huge. But we're doing a Breakthrough Speakers Boot Camp in Denver, southern Denver, actually. And our first call, we're doing bonus calls for anyone who joins up now. It starts this Thursday. There'll be bonus calls where you'll have Gary and I on the line on a Zoom call, helping you through crafting what you want to say. If you're a networker, if you are own your business, whatever it is that you need to communicate. If you're a principal of a school, I mean, really, anything that you need to communicate. When it says Breakthrough Speaker Bootcamp, in my brain, and I apologize for saying Speaker Bootcamp, but I don't at the same time, every one of us are speakers. We all talk. We all communicate. And at some point in time, we all have to communicate what we believe and what we think to someone else. Communication is the human way. We have to talk. We're all speakers. So we're doing this boot camp, speaker boot camp, Gary and I, and our combined knowledge is just, whoa, out of the world, park, whatever you want to think about. When he and I met, it was like, wow, where have you been all my life? Together, he and I have had over 1,500 presentations, and I'm pretty sure we're cutting that one short because there's some presentations we didn't even start counting. We've been doing this for so long. But Gary and I are both TED speakers, well, TEDx speakers. We've traveled around the world speaking and training and evaluating other people as they speak. We're big fans of being able to speak well and communicate well. So if you're thinking about, hey, I really need to up my game as a speaker, as a human that communicates, at our boot camp, we will have you, help you, tell you, show you, guide you on how to design whatever talk you need, how to effectively tell a story. Now, why do you need to tell a story? Because you're not a storyteller. I know someone out there is saying that. Well, here's the thing. What is the best way for someone to understand you? You're going to have to tell a story eventually, because if you're giving them nothing but facts, they don't connect. So the best way to get someone to listen is to tell them a story, a succinct story, not a story with 15 different lines that are going different ways and no point. Gary and I will guide you through building your talk or crafting around the talk you already have, helping you build a story within whatever you're trying to perfect. How to be a business speaker when you have to do those certain talks in front of business people, because business people have a different mentality. They need certain information depending on what the business you're in. Well, he'll help you with that. And then how to have a magnetic presence on whatever stage it is. Be it in front of a classroom, could it be on a big stage, in front of a movie camera if you're an actor? I mean, whatever stage, in an elevator, okay? How to have that magnetic presence that people want to pay attention to. How do you get that body language that is so important in communication? Will help. And then, of course, how to connect with an audience in seconds. It's magical. And we can help you learn that very quickly. You will be very excited and shocked on how well you'll have this incorporated into your talk and whatever talk you have. And what's really nice is even after that, the tools and the gifts and the everything you get in that gigantic package we're bringing to you, you'll be able to apply it into anything you do. Effective communicators, it's a gift and a curse, because when you can communicate, you can change worlds, lives, minds. So there's an ethical thing about learning how to speak. Yes, when you speak well and communicate well, you can do it for the detriment of everyone around you or for the benefit of everybody around you. And that's part of speaking to other people and communicating well. Got really quiet out there. Anybody want to send me some hearts or something so I know you're still there? But our calls, our bonus calls, start this Thursday night. And Thursday night at midnight, the early bird pricing goes up. So right now, it's a really nice price. You can't normally get Gary or I for that price. And at that price, you're going to get both of us. Pretty amazing. So I'm going to put a link in the up part of my post of this video, and it will have all of well, the link will have all the information you need to know about what's going on in behind the scenes for this Breakthrough Speaker Bootcamp. And it'll also have all the pricing and when the tiers of all the pricing as it goes up. The days are actually going to be the live event for 2 days, and we have a hotel blocked out in Denver so that you can even stay up in Denver if you fly in and you want to stay in town. We've got some good pricing for you. And it will all be 2 days, intensive. We're going to get through your talks. We're going to help you craft it. We're going to give you time on stage where each of you get to do your talk on stage if you want to. If you don't want to, it's okay. But I would encourage you to take that chance to be on stage and that feel what an audience feels like. And if you can talk to 39 other people, you can talk to anybody. It's a promise. So please follow that link that's going to be above this post and sign up for the Breakthrough Speakers Bootcamp with Gary and I. 1, we're awesomely fun. 2, we've got a lot of experience and we love to share. And 3, yes, we might. It depends on timing. Gary and I both do a lot of things as we travel, and we'd have to plan another one in order to get us both in the state at the same time. That's the tricky part. That's why we were excited that we were both here June 1st and 2nd. So if you can make it, that's great. And if not, just start paying attention to my page and Gary's page or our websites, because we'll announce them if we do another one in the near future. I would like to do one in the fall, but I'm leaving the country and I don't know about Gary's schedule. So keep an eye out on us and we'll know later. What was I going to say? Yes. Click the link above. It will bring you to the Breakthrough Speaker Bootcamp link on Gary Barnes's website. I did not make it go to my site. It's easier to go to his site and we can have everybody in one togetherness package instead of us all going everywhere else. So remember, we'll help you learn how to design your talk, effective storytelling, how to speak to businesses, have a magnetic presence in whatever stage you're on, and connect with an audience in seconds, on top of many, many other things, because that's how Gary and I work. We always give more than we say we are giving. So if you're out there and you want to learn how to control that body language and control the nervousness and go, let's do this, join us, because we'd love to have you. Wow, I think this is probably the longest Facebook Live I have ever done. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and please share this video with anyone you know who would be interested in learning how to be a better speaker, a better networker, better whatever in life, to connect and to truly, truly have that magnetic presence that people notice you when you walk into a room. Click the link and then share it, because people don't want to miss this. This is awesome. Have a fabulous night. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And please click the link and then pay attention to my website or my Facebook page, because if we ever do this again, it might just pop up on one of your feeds. But at the moment, this is the one class we've planned on doing. So have a wonderful night, wonderful week, and we'll talk to you again probably tomorrow, because I'm really liking doing Facebook Lives every day. Have a good one. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.